So with the release of the new Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind trailer, we get a peek into the new story content that will be had from Kingdom Hearts 3. And this has got a lot of people's juices flowing and got them thinking about what could potentially happen within Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. And of course, people are getting the ideas that I've been proposing for a good while about how Tetsuya Nomura spoke about what Sora's abilities with the Power of Awakening had done to make it possible for the 7 Guardians of Light to defeat the 13 Seekers of Darkness after he had caused a singularity which caused time to reset, also allowing destiny to be changed. Well, with that, of course, let's talk about the potential possibility of what we will see within Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind and of course its limit cut episodes and its additional scenarios. So, the additional scenarios I think are going to work this way. So, a lot of people are proposing the idea that Sora is going to use a singularity again to change destiny, but this time he's going to do so with the idea of saving Kairi, as last time, of course, the idea was to save everyone, including Kairi herself, although it was revealed by the time Sora had finished saving most of the hearts that Kairi didn't need to be saved, because I guess he had forgotten that Kairi's heart can't be taken by darkness while she's a princess of heart, or, yeah, a princess of heart. Or is it? Yeah, the 7 princesses of heart. Because of her heart being purely light, it can't be taken by darkness, which makes it weird that Ventus's can, but hers can't. Although they did establish within Kingdom Hearts 3 that apparently it's a special power when you're a princess of heart that's involved with all of that. Seeing as, of course, that special power also moved down to different people as the power is used up. So we don't know if Kairi's is used up and now she's no longer a princess of heart by the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 due to her saving all of these fucking people by keeping Sora alive within the final world. But what people are thinking is that Sora, at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, the version that we got, is going to open up a singularity and then go through that to travel through time once again. This is why we see completely new cutscenes. Rather than these cutscenes just being added onto the story already, they're actually going to be a revised version of the cutscenes and the story itself. So what it is that it's like the story given a legitimate reason as to why a lot of things will potentially be retconned, which is why we now see Lee fighting alongside Roxas and Xion rather than Sora fighting alongside Roxas and Xion. And this is a damn good thing in my personal opinion. In fact, this whole idea feels like it's so good that Square Enix more than likely aren't doing it this way. I feel like it's such a damn good idea that it's not what's really going to happen. But my piece on this is that I feel like Sora doing this would be good, not only because of the fact that it gives more playable characters, it gives more characters moments to shine within a fucking war, in which of course a lot of characters really didn't get a moment. The only character that got a moment to shine, really, in the Keyblade War, besides Sora, was Roxas. And the reason for that is because, of course, Roxas returns, stopping Xemnas from killing Lee, and stopping Xemnas from killing Lee. And then at the same time, too, he also is very, very strong and vital to the battle you have with Aiza, due to the fact that his powers contradict Aiza's, and they're a lot stronger than Aiza's. So, with that being said, I feel like that was the only character that truly had a huge presence, and even then, of course, you know, Roxas is partially Sora, so it does kind of still count as Sora overall being like the only motherfucker who can apparently take down the 13 Seekers. With Mickey, he got absorbed. Riku, he got fucking kicked in the face, and then he fell on his face. And then, of course, if you play that battle within critical mode, you see how useless Riku is within that battle, whereas Roxas is damn useful. And of course, Kairi and Lee are useless within their battle as well. And then once you get to, of course, Young Xehanort, Xemnas, and Ansem, they're fucking Riku and Mickey are useless in critical mode. And then also, of course, once you get to Master Xehanort, you have Donald and Goofy, who still remain to be useless. Although they're a lot more useful than the rest, they still remain to be useless. So if you have a potential possibility to give these characters more of a shining moment, like we get to see in the Remind trailer, in which Lee seems to actually be doing heavy damage to our boy Aiza, and the combination between all three of the fucking Days trio, and I've been waiting for that shit. Oh my god, I just wish they would have fucking let them fight Xemnas. Even if they didn't defeat him, let them kick his fucking ass for the shit that he did to them. But of course, even then, it's like it gives more characters a moment to shine. It makes the war feel like an actual war, not a battle between the 13 Seekers and Sora, because in its current form, that's all the Keyblade War feels like. And this is exactly why I initially didn't like Sora, because the series made it seem like no one else can do it. They all have, now the Kingdom Key may be a little bit more powerful or a lot more powerful than all of the other Keyblades because of what kind of Keyblade it is. It's the Keyblade of the Realm of Light. But at the same time too, they're all Keyblade wielders. Why in the hell is it that only Sora seems to be capable of doing some stuff? This is why Dream Drop Distance, even if people hate that fucking game, it's one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games, because it doesn't end with Sora saving the day. It ends with Riku feeling within himself, changing himself, and then of course also that change reflected on the outside by making it possible for him to defeat the big bad of the game, which was young Xehanort. So it's like, god damn it, give more of these characters time to fight. Now let's talk about what it does for the story. Now for the story, it makes a lot more things feel cohesive and coherent. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts 2, in which Sora seemed a lot more stronger than he seemed throughout the journey of Kingdom Hearts 3, not too sure about the ending, but during the journey of Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora is definitely stronger within Kingdom Hearts 2 than what he is in Kingdom Hearts 3. Of course, Keyblade transformations are a symbolism of him becoming a master, a true master of the Keyblade, like Yen Sid said in Dream Drop Distance, but of course, Sora is stronger within Kingdom Hearts 2. And just fighting Xemnas with help from Riku, so he even had help from Riku, someone who's at least on par in a sense with Sora, and they still had trouble defeating Xemnas to the point that they almost fucking died. So tell me, why does it make sense that Sora fights all 13 Seekers, all 13, then he goes on to fight all 13 again when they become the little phantoms, or the little Darklings, or things connected to, of course, Xehanort through Kingdom Hearts, and then he fights Xehanort with the power of Kingdom Hearts at his whim. No, then he fights Xehanort with the full power of his very own Keyblade and his own abilities, in which we see that he's able to reality warp worlds and like kind of shape them on some Doctor Strange type shit. And then he fights him with the full power of Kingdom Hearts apparently, and somehow Sora still winds up victorious. So this motherfucker had like 28 fucking battles, and still and then he fought the Demon Tide as well. So I forgot about that one. So really he had like 29 battles, and this dude was barely even fatigued, and he still defeat Master Xehanort. If you give more of these characters moments to shine, not only does it does more for the characters that we've all grown to love over the span of the series, not only does it make it good for the fact that we spent so much time within Kingdom Hearts 3 getting these 7 Guardians together, not only does it make it good that we saw build up for Lee and Kairi to see them become Keyblade wielders that are viable to participate within the Keyblade War. It makes due on all of the training that they did for those, I guess, months. And in the game that we have now, the only character that seems to matter when it comes to the battles is Sora. It seems like nobody can do anything without Sora. Now, of course, when it comes to certain moments, like if the additional scenario still keeps some of the cutscenes, I can understand the cutscenes being kept in which Sora appears when he gets there, and then also the cutscenes that lead to the progression of the Keyblade War, such as Sora makes it to Lee and Kairi, and then of course Xion joins them, and then Roxas joins. But instead of course, the ending of that battle being Xemnas takes Kairi, the beginning of that battle, Xemnas takes Kairi, it's rather Xemnas takes Kairi, and then of course, after he takes Kairi, Sora goes off to go after Xemnas, while Lee, Roxas, and Xion takes on Isa. See, that makes more sense, rather than, of course, oh, all of these characters are now together again, but instead of letting them all fight together and you take up one of those characters, you still have to fight as Sora, because fuck all of the rest of them, Sora is the character that has to be the one to defeat Isa. It doesn't need to work that way. We can let other characters do certain things. Fuck, Roxas defeated Isa on his own. on his own. Before he even dual wielded, he defeated Isa. So it makes sense because they taught him the limit break and stuff like that. It makes sense, bro. He's able to take the limiter off of his power, and that's why he's actually stronger than Sora. Although Sora did defeat him in Kingdom Hearts 2, which was a more so of a fallacy. But since they taught him his limit break and taught him how to remove that limiter on himself, he's stronger than Sora. So this is why, of course, it makes sense. Okay, I can leave Roxas to handle this. So Sora logically can move on, and when he moves on, when he makes it to Riku, who may also be playable as well, of course, Riku now has his new Keyblade. He now has belief in himself, belief in his abilities, and believes that he should be a wielder of the Keyblade, so he can now be that badass that he was in Kingdom Hearts 1, in which, of course, he was a better fighter than Sora, although the weakness of heart that he had is what made him lose as Ansem Totem. That makes sense. Now he can fight, of course, Riku, his little shadow form, or the puppet, and Zigbar together. He can do that because he's strong enough. He knows he can. And then when we make it to Aqua and Ventus, we know that these two characters, now they may need help because they just woke up. So him helping them still makes sense. And of course also the little thing to where they get caught in the chains. I wouldn't mind keeping all of that. I wouldn't mind actually keeping that battle exactly the way it is. But of course, if they want to take it in a route that, of course, Aqua does something about Terra Nort, fine. You know what I'm saying? Fine. But obviously, the whole Ventus and Vanitas thing, and we're brothers with Sora, all of that stuff can stay as well. But I want the characters overall to have more of a usefulness within the Keyblade War. Make it feel like a war. Don't make it feel like these other characters are only here to hold off these Seekers until Sora gets there. That doesn't make sense, bro. They're all Keyblade wielders, and all of the Seekers aren't Keyblade wielders. And what we learned from Lushu within this exact same war is that having a Keyblade is the difference of power between the 13 Seekers and, of course, the 7 Guardians of Light. They're all Keyblade wielders, and that's the difference. That's what makes them makes it possible for them to achieve the goal of defeating them. Because they already have every other concept within the series, the Keyblade is their Achilles heel. So let them shine, bro. Let them shine. Give them moments. Let them have cutscenes to where they try to understand and have these actual battles. That's why I got so hyped with the trailer reveal, because we see, of course, Kyrie and Lee trying to work out who the mysterious hooded woman is. Who is the mysterious hooded woman? And it seems like when Roxas is there, they come up with a whole strategy to defeat Isa. That's exactly what the Keyblade War needed to be in the first place. So the idea of Sora using his power once again to cause a singularity that will allow the 13 Seekers to truly be defeated by all 7 Guardians and truly have a war with the 7 Guardians is something that is good for the game. A lot of people don't like this idea for some reason, one reason or another. Oh, I just don't want the story to be retconned. Well, it already got retconned because Destiny foretold that they would fall in the Keyblade Graveyard, and Sora retconned Destiny itself. So why not do it again? And then this time it makes more sense, and it'll be possible. I mean, if they give a story reason as to why the retcon needs to be done, which the reason is going to be save Kyrie, then that's a damn good reason to allow the events to change, because now Sora knows if he gets too wrapped up in all of these battles, he will never make it and find Xemnas and save Kyrie. Also, it never made sense in the first place that Sora is apparently dead, but somehow he appears on Destiny Islands with Kyrie before the ending of the game. I mean, it's at the end of the game, but before the game finally closes out and the credits roll, it didn't make sense that he's sitting there with her. If you're dead, then dude, you're dead. Why do you come back with her for a while? And that makes it make sense, because if he used his power again, and then the singularity or the toll on his body or the toll on his heart it takes to cause that singularity, if it slowly dwindles away at his heart until his heart fades away, meaning he fades away, that makes sense, versus, of course, just having us see him go up into the sky and stuff, and then, oh my god, the ending comes, and by the ending of the ending cutscene, Sora just disappears. That doesn't make sense, bro. Or even if it does make sense, it doesn't give anything to really truly feel emotionally attached to, because we didn't get to see none of the efforts it took to ensure Kyrie would be able to return to the Destiny Islands, even if it meant Sora had to leave her side again. This way, we'll be able to see the measures he took to ensure that Kyrie would make it back home safely, even at the cost of his own life. So let me know what you guys think about this idea. Do you think that if they do it this way and they retcon some of the scenes, it's not really a retcon, because if it's intended in the story, which it does seem to be the case, because they can always take the setup that they put at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, they can always take that setup and make it possible for Sora to relive all of these events again. But once he relives all of these events again, then he's able to know and have the knowledge that if he doesn't hurry, Kyrie will be struck down by Master Xehanort. So let me know what you guys think. This is being boy Amaziah. Don't forget to do a little A-class gaming, and everything you do, don't forget to keep it A-class. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Peace the heck